Did I just go bloop?
Nope, I hear you.
That was not me. I just heard something go bloop, so I was making sure that my internet wasn't freaking out like yesterday. In the middle of gaming yesterday, all of a sudden my internet just gave out, and my Discord was like bloop 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 bloop. I'm like, oh my god, stop! Cool. So yeah, since we're all ready, let us start. Let's do a quick recap. You all rested in the cave after beating the green dragon. After looting his hoard. During the night, you got ambushed by a bunch of cultists and other peoples.
You mean bitches?
They killed the house gnome, I believe he is a gnome. He might be a halfling, I don't remember, but they killed him.
Now.
You all went... Hello? Okay, why am I echoing?
That's me, hold on. Yeah.
But anyways, I can ignore the echo then, if I know where it's coming from. You managed to defeat them, and then reincarnated, not revivified, reincarnated the house gnome.
He has a name, it's Jinkler.
Jinkler, and now he is a house dwarf named Jinkler. You then traveled back to Waterdeep, at which point you all went shopping. And then a day or two later, you all got summoned to the council. At the council, they went over what happened with the white dragon and then the green dragon with you guys. And then during that meeting, a woman came in. You also found out that basically every faction is now in support of you, albeit some of them are still a little wary, but they all seem to favor you currently. And then a woman came in, and she basically said that a representative of each metallic dragon were meeting to have a council of their own to decide how they were gonna influence the battle against the cultists and whatnot. And that they offered up that if the humans would like to send representatives, they would be willing to have them present. Everyone at the meeting agreed that someone neutral, or a party of neutral people, had to be the ones to do it, that didn't have, exclusively humans' interests in mind. At which point they looked to you and they recommended that you go. Turns out the woman that came in is actually the Silver Dragon, and she flew you guys to the council within a couple days. On the way, you all noticed villages that had been ransacked, cities that had been set afire, most likely by the cult, you're assuming, in their attempt to get sacrifices for their ritual that they are performing. And at which point you guys arrived at the plateau, mountains, top area, where the dragons have convened to do their meeting. She let you off. She recommended you not wear your dragon masks. They don't view chromatic dragons very highly. And then you all showed up. She took her place amongst the five, and you guys approached. And that is where we ended. You are pretty sure that... Oh no, she also told you that Protanther, the gold dragon, is the one that called this meeting. So what do you do upon getting to the pedestal area.
Greetings, Council of Dragons. We come representing the Harpers. My name is Roland Dice. And then Roland is going to do a real deep theatrical bow.
The dragons, acknowledge your presence with like a tilt of their head.
If you're trying to kiss that ass, don't lean so far low.
Trying to be formal? Because we are diplomats.
No, pause. Chris can't hear anything now. Damn it, Chris, what'd you do?
Tucker, someday we'll get to play a video game when everyone's microphones will work.
Once again, I return to the fact that it feels like this is solved by switching to a phone.
I don't know. I have no issue now with my computer.
Oh.
Well, we're not talking about you, Mike.
Yeah, before you we were.
As if for once, it's not about you.
As my grandmother once told a tiny 2-year-old me when asking for some juice, it's not all about you. Freezer is packed so full that the light is blocked out.
Testing for Chris to see if he can hear us. I'm going to assume no. While that's going on, I can figure out what each dragon really wants.
I know what I want from the dragons.
A kiss on the lips.
No, I want them to wake up my casting catalyst a little bit more. It's stirring, but I'd like it to wake up.
We're gonna have to trade up then, because it's got a steep.
Interesting.
And I figure a gold dragon can hook me up with something.
Or he could die. We could stab him and then get all the power.
No. No, we can't.
Well, those are the two ways to charge it. Either use a recently dead dragon's dispersing power, or leave it in a big box for a year.
None of your dwarfs, right? I'm not forgetting any weird dwarfs in this party.
No, I'm a halfling.
The
Okay.
weird kind of dwarf.
The what?
The weirdest kind of dwarf.
Because there's a dragon that doesn't like dwarfs.
I'm gonna guess the brass one.
No. How roguey do you look, Tucker?
Not overly.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Light armor and a rapier would be really the only thing saying rogue, but
That you could also be a swashbuckler with that.
Yeah, like it's also a Dexy fighter, so not overly roguey.
Okay, just making sure you're not like dressed in black like a ninja.
No.
Okay, just making sure so I can get the grasp of how all these dragons are gonna talk. Chris, can you hear us now?
Ac- Would we have gone in full combat regalia?
That's up to you. You could be dressed formally. You have been basically told that you are not, like, fighting will not break out unless
Well,
absolute everything hits the fan.
yeah, if we had a couple of days in the city, no, I don't even picture Gajar still in armor. Like, he would just be wearing casual clothes.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, essentially what you've been told by Silver Dragon is, unless absolutely everything goes horribly, horribly wrong, she does not think the dragons will fight you.
Well, it's not even that. If we're picked up from Waterdeep, where he would have been in clothes, I I guess I guess he could have changed on the couple of nights she landed, because I'm assuming she landed.
Yes, yeah, she landed the one night. Or no, it would have been 2 nights. He would have gotten here early morning on the 3rd. Chris, can you hear us? He was fine. What did he do? So,
Yeah, I think in this moment the wandering troubadour art is probably the most correct.
Chris, can you hear us? Testing, testing for Chris to see if he can hear us. Testing, 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 testing.
For the record, I played games with Nick this morning, and his mic and his headset was working flawlessly.
Awesome. Maybe we'll be able to actually coordinate in Gloomhaven now.
I suggested he move to phone to see if maybe it fixes itself.
Move to Phone is a pretty good band name.
True. Chris, can you hear us? Nod once if yes. I just saw the little joke that Chris posted.
Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me of this video right here. Because I feel like we'll probably have 59 seconds.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's classic.
The Turbo Macarena. A charging a bolt of flesh melting. That's not the word heard.
But what is a skeleton's favorite snack?
No, why is Chris saying he's gonna go to bed if it doesn't work? Just go on your phone. Even if it is worse. Can't be worse than not working.
I mean, it can be bad enough that it's effectively not working.
It can be equivalent. It can't be worse.
Oh, that's not true. He could put it on and it can make like a horrible screeching sound.
I think that's equivalent. I think that's equivalent to not working.
No, I would call that worse because then I had to hear a horrible screeching sound.
Yes, especially if he can't hear it and it's just us who hear it and he doesn't believe us.
Yeah, see, that would be worse. Maybe he speaks into his phone and what we hear is the unfiltered truth of reality and it breaks our puny mortal minds and we all go screaming into the infinite void of swirling madness.
I mean, give me a day off of work, so it'd be good.
I wish I was a swirling vortex of madness.
Aren't we all just mad, though?
Batman and Kim Possible have the same powers.
I would argue Batman has more money. But powers, yeah. Alex, did you watch? No spoiling anything. But have you watched Stranger Things?
I have
Ooh.
seen even a single episode of Stranger Things.
Okay, well, never mind.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
I
Ooh, super very nice.
I
You're a
can't
little-
understand a word you're saying.
You do sound
It
like you're
sounds
under.
like you're speaking to me underwater and you've got like 8 towels shoved in your mouth.
We can hear you, but it's not good. We can hear you, but we can't understand you.
We can
Is that
hear you,
better?
but it's equivalent
Yes.
to not hearing you.
Say something again, Chris. I think that was better.
Hello?
Yes, that's
Hello?
better.
Cool. In order to be able to play, I can't use a mouse.
Hmm.
Do you have a touch thing to move?
I have a laptop like pad thing for the tablet, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, well.
I'm just gonna go bathe with a toaster when we're done.
All right.
What doesn't work?
Everything.
Well, getting into everything is difficult.
The tablet has a singular USB port, so I have a USB splitter. The splitter has stopped working. When I plug in the headset, nothing works. This headset's Bluetooth, which is the only reason it half works. And if I plug the mouse in, the mouse doesn't work, and it makes the headset worse.
I think you just need to get a new splitter then.
I don't know. I like the idea of killing myself.
All right. Well, let's not get Kenny demonetized. Anyways, Alex, upon you introducing yourself, you notice the bronze dragon seems to take a little interest in you. And you see the Tasmakella, the copper dragon, is looking at you. Not with as much interest as, not with the same type of interest as the other one.
Can I roll perception? See if I can sort of get a feel for what
Yeah.
they're. Sweet. Um, I'll go ahead
Well,
and give
actually,
my
no. That would be insight.
insight. Right.
Unless you want to physically see what they're doing, that's different.
Well,
If you just
it's
want to
the
see what the
same
facial
for
expression
me.
is.
It's the same for me either way. But I am going to use my. I'm going to go ahead and roll this at advantage with my fancy stones.
Yep.
Hey, I got a 19.
Um.
That's the second best I possibly could have gotten.
Yes, Chris. So it's curious, like curiosity almost,
From which
like
one?
from the copper, the one that you're trying to figure out the difference.
Ah, okay.
She seems curious about something on you.
Uh, cool. I have an
So
idea, but I'll see where this conversation goes.
do any of the rest of you introduce yourselves?
No.
I will give a polite wave, but will say a nice courteous hello, but I will actively not be saying my names.
Okay, and we'll just assume that Kenny does something. He'll at least wave. We'll figure out if he said anything past that. Protanther stands, or sits up rather, not stands up, but like sits up almost like um, a cat. So like his hind legs are down, but he has four legs up.
So like a sphinx.
Kind of.
Cool.
We welcome you all to this council. It seems the humans. Alright, what am I hearing in the background?
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it was really loud. It seems that the humans have chosen you to be their representatives. I will accept their promotions of you. Um, he looks over to the silver dragon. I assume they have been given full ability to negotiate as needed. She nods. Very well. We are calling this meeting to determine what our involvement in this war that is gonna break out should be. That's true. um, as far as I'm concerned, we, as in the metallic dragons, not just the five of us, could easily infiltrate the cult and dismantle them from the inside. My compatriots here don't quite agree with how easily I think it could be, and thus why I have called this meeting. We will listen to what you have to offer. We will then request stuff that we want if we deem necessary, and we'll go from there. What is the plan that the humans currently have for stopping the cults?
Well, Uh, so far, we've mostly been taking down the cells one at a time. We go out with just sort of a small strike force, I guess you could call it. We infiltrate, uh, get close to the speaker and the dragon as we can, and then strike. That's been working out pretty well so far. We've killed, what, like 3? Roland looks over at Gujar. 3 so far?
Not 3 relevant ones, but 3.
Sure. Didn't we get a speaker, though? Didn't we get a couple of those?
Aye, the first dragon we fought didn't have anything to do with them, and then we got the white and the green.
So these methods have gotten us 2 speakers so far. So subterfuge has been paying dividends.
So the stories we have heard are true. That's good.
It
We
depends on what
assumed-
stories you've heard.
Well, we heard that you had taken 2 of the speakers down and their dragons. We
Yeah. Yes.
assumed they were hyperbolizing. But your story seems to roughly be the exact one that we have been told by. He says the Silver Dragon's full name.
Roland,
Go ahead.
nope, say your thing. Finish.
Nope, that's about all he was going to say, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Roland, be careful with what you tell them. If they're gonna pretend to be actively evil, let's not divulge the whole plan.
Sure. All I was going to say was that I'm not, while this method has been efficacious thus far, I'm not entirely certain it will continue to be so going forward. Eventually, these cultists are going to figure out that someone's picking them off, and I'm pretty certain when that happens, security is going to start getting a whole hell of a lot tighter.
As is expected. But we can definitely aid where needed. Should things for our side make it worth it?
Hey, right there, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, you don't want to do a job for no pay, do you? Neither do
Look,
we.
if you want to side with Tiamat, that's fine. Do it.
I mean, we could just sit back and not do anything at all.
Aye, siding with Tiamat.
Yeah, that's where I'm afraid you're wrong, boyos. The problem here is that the chromatic dragons in that cult, they ain't gonna stop. In fact, we've probably just pissed them off at this point. It's gonna get them real mad, and they're gonna start working real hard to do whatever it is they're doing, which is something to do with Tiamat. Can't be good. Can't be good. But I know one thing for sure, and that's if Tiamat shows up here, I think we all know who is going to be on her radar. And it's not going to be the 2-legged schmucks.
Eleuthera chimes in.
Can I roll some sort of a persuasion, perhaps?
Sure.
Trying to get them to work in their own best interests.
Jar's already said it 3 times.
Yeah, but Kajar didn't roll any persuasion checks.
I'm responding to a comment.
Oh, okay.
Eleuthera chimes in. While true, they are definitely trying to summon Tiamat. The sound of the dragon horn can only mean one thing. They are attempting to do the ritual. And trust me, and us, we do not want her to show up. At the same time, we are not going to risk all of our kind for no gain at the end. Just as every other faction has been promised something. Not by you, probably, but by the council. We would like such recompense as well.
Well, what are you looking for?
Well, hang on. That's the point, though. What you said at the beginning was whether or not you're gonna help. That's siding with them or us. If you're looking for payment, you've sided with us and we can discuss terms.
Protanther nods his head. I apologize if that did not come out the way I intended. That is more what I meant. You make you sweeten the pot enough, we will help.
See, that's very different. You can slip another.
Yes.
That's very different.
Good job with splitting hairs. What's the price? What are you looking for?
Well, each of us has our own wants, but we are willing to accept other things you offer.
Sure, but I gotta know what kind of things you hold value.
I was getting to it. Hold on.
Sorry.
Protanther continues. I personally want. You see his face like grow a little disgusted. An apology from the one who speaks for elven kind, for the abomination that was the Draco Rage Mithril that they created.
You're not talking about the kid, right?
Does he speak for all elves? Is he
Look,
the king of elves?
look, I'm just trying to make sure.
Is this like a history roll I can do? Because nothing Protanta just said made sense to Chris.
Sure, it does. Well, to Chris, probably not, but to Veafor, it does. You know, one of the council members is the king of the elves, King Melandrock.
What's the Draco whatever he just said? I already forgot the words.
Oh,
Draco Rage Mithril.
that you can actually roll a history check, because that you haven't known about. Kenny might have known.
Or just Chris?
Anyone.
And I will also.
18.
Let me quickly look it up so I have an answer of what this is. I don't know what it is.
$17, 18, 19. I love it.
So, from what you have understood and heard from, essentially, this is myths that you have heard about. You, at this point, like most people assume it's just like a fairy tale that they tell, like, folklore, not real. But you have all learned about, through nursery rhymes or whatever, of this great magic that not mythal, Mythal, that the Elven King used, and for about 60 days or so, all dragon and dragon-blooded creatures in a 25,000 square mile area went insane, either through agitation, recklessness, like they weren't themselves.
I knew that sounded familiar.
And even great spells such as Wish and Miracle couldn't stop it. And after the 60 days, some sort of other spell, the name of which has been lost in time at this point, was able to calm it. And eventually, with the use of it, it stopped. only the most eldest of dragons will remember this. And for Protanther to remember this, you assume either he was a wormling when it happened, or he was told by his parents. Yeah. So the fact that you are hearing him speak of it as if it is fact means that more of your nursery rhymes that you are now finding out are probably not all nursery rhymes, and actually probably real. Um, but he that's he stares at you and goes, "That is what I want. If you if you can get that for me, then you will have my aid. If you don't think you can gather that, I'm willing to listen to other offers."
I would just need to get an apology. Do you want it in writing, or
I
you want to
want
like?
it public and heard by as many as can be around.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I can make that happen.
Yeah, I think we can manage that. That's not that bad.
That seems doable.
Um,
I mean,
Mike, can I bring you into the one-on-one for a minute?
sure.
we saved
Sure.
his brother.
Yeah, he owes us one.
Haha, now they're not here. Mike's a fart.
I spent so much gold just now. But it's pretty worth it. It's nice. I finally get some new items.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
Taz McKella moves next. She approaches you, Roland, a little bit. Not like trying to be aggressive. And she leans her head close, and you hear her almost sniff. You.
Me.
You have something that was taken from me.
Oh, well, probably that's these. Roland is going to fish in his pocket and pull out the pair of weighted copper dice. That sure is my spell focus. I won it in a card game a number of years ago. Couldn't tell you off of who.
Her
Some
eyes,
schmuck around Waterdeep.
like she looks at them. Not quite. The thing that smells familiar is the cloak on your back.
I tug at my cloak of many pockets.
Wait, maybe it's not a
Sorry,
cloak.
my robe of useful items, I mean to say.
That one, yes, that.
I tug at my robe of useful items. What, this?
Yes.
I had this for a real long time. I won it in a dice game. May have been using the weighted dice.
Be it as it may, that was part of a hoard I had that I took from an ancient black dragon that I defeated.
My ears peek up at this.
A thief stole it from me. I do not blame you, of course. But I would like it back if possible.
Uh, hey,
She re-
well,
she returns back to her seat.
shoot. Hey, give me a moment. Uh, gonna, I'm gonna sort of duck off, and go. I'll be a minute as I'm over here behind the trees.
He's peeing in the cloak so that they won't want it back.
Nope.
We've
That
all
is-
done that before. It's fine.
That is definitely not what's happening.
I've done it at every LARP I've ever been to.
Alright, what are you doing?
I'm changing out of my robe of useful items and into a set of fine clothes.
Oh, okay.
He's not just gonna undress in the middle of this high council.
I mean, they're all naked.
Roland thinks he's so classy over here, changing in another area.
Roland knows he's classy. He's the classiest person in this party. So Roland comes
That
out
would be Mac.
with the robe, robes folded up, the Technicolor patch coat, patchwork cloak. What's yours is yours, I suppose. And I'm gonna offer up the robe of useful items back to Taz McKella.
She extends her paw and
Goodbye, so many nice things in my robes.
she puts it near her, like on the ground near her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That has definitely made me happier. Anything more you wish to offer will just be a bonus.
Well, that's good. It's made me a lot draftier.
She chuckles a little bit. I can imagine. The bronze dragon Nimur speaks up next. I'm glad to hear the Harpers have sent someone. They and the Order of the Gauntlet epitomize the best traits of the humanoid aspirations that I have heard of so far. I know the ones who have sent you are ones that I view very highly of and respect them. All I wish for is a share in the wealth.
Oh, what they currently got for wealth, or what we're gonna pull out of the castle in the end?
In the end, whatever is there, I would like a share.
I mean, hypothetically, you put in a certain amount of effort, you get out a certain amount of money. That seems fair to me. What kind of percentage are you looking for here?
A share. Whatever you are splitting between everyone, I just add one more person to the split.
Fair enough. You
I
provide a
assume-
share's worth of effort, you get a share's worth in return. That is more than fair in my eyes.
Very well. Alright, which ones are left? That guy's gone, that guy's gone, that guy. Okay.
Brass and
the-
silver.
Yep, the brass speaks up next. I don't know who has the best ideas, be it Protanther or the humanoids. I'm willing to listen to all plans and then decide between all of them which is best for me. I have watched for many centuries the other races of this plane and other planes come to and from. And I understand that each humanoid possesses both good and evil within them. I am willing to concede that the ones who have sent you are more prone to the good than most of the cults. So I'm willing to listen to their plans of action. All I wish is that once all is said and done, that all dragon masks be returned to the metallic dragons. They are far too dangerous to remain in the world, and if other humanoids know where they are, they will continue their attempts to bring back Tiamat.
Tries to hide it, but Harold starts shifting very uncomfortably at this.
We request that any masks, or I request that any masks, when found, be brought to us.
Is there more to that sentence?
And they will be disposed of as necessary.
What do you mean disposed?
Destroyed. They cannot exist. So long as they exist, people will try to bring back Tiamat.
Aye, but during the process, kind of feels like it might be more helpful to have them.
You see him thinking this over a little bit.
At the end, by all means, take them. It's fine. Seems like they're an asset as long as we can keep our mitts on them.
He inhales a little bit more deeply than he was normally breathing. Very well. I'm willing to meet you in the halfway. When all is said and done, if the masks are returned to us, then I will offer my help.
Look, you'll get your complete set, provided there is a world left after.
Otar speaks up next. I can see where Protanther is coming from in wanting to attack now. But us attacking now would result in many of our kind dying. And I agree that we need the help of the humanoid races so that the losses on our side are much less. similar to Protanther as well, for an apology from the Dwarven Lord who slew and skinned my kind to make armor for himself. I want the armor returned so that we may give the arc, so that we may give her a proper send off,
I huck it in the big bone pit. I get it.
as well as an apology from him.
Two questions. One, who is this lord? And two, how many things of armor so we don't miss any?
Oh, the armor is just his.
Ah, okay.
He skinned an entire dragon for one set of armor.
That's a
Idiot.
shit job of it.
Lamus looks very nervous at that request. Currently wearing white dragon armor.
Yeah, but metallic dragons hate chromatic dragons, so you're fine.
Alright.
I believe on the council he goes by the name Ron Anvil.
Oh, he's on the council. Okay, wonderful. I figured we were gonna have to go find him.
Oh, I can go
No.
get him right now.
These representatives are not as holy as they try to present themselves as. I want him to, one, return it to me, and to apologize on behalf of all dwarves for what he has done. For while they have a book of grudges, that means nothing to us dragons, who are more eternal than they are. None of us forget. We do not need a book.
Mike.
Yes.
He's way more findable. Can I do that thing I wanted to do for Pertanter, for Otar?
Well, both of them are on the council. You don't know if they're still in the room.
I can go try.
I mean,
Okay.
sure. Sure.
Yeah. The City of the Dead is a really easy thing to get to.
Sure. Do you speak up and say that you'll be back?
Yeah, that's all I do. I'll be right back. And I walk off into a little secluded area.
So just roll me a survival first.
Survival. Okay, that is wisdom, which is a +3. Is this a saving throw?
Nope.
Damn it.
This is a trying to figure out if it's a survival check.
10.
You're basically trying to. Okay, so yeah, you tried a couple doors, and none of them seem to lead to the right.
Well, I was gonna say, can I still rebarbs myself and give myself advantage?
No.
That would be giving yourself disadvantage.
No.
Yeah, because you'd make your check. You'd have to re-roll it and take the worst of the roll.
And then
And then-
have advantage on a different check.
Yeah.
Okay. But you knew where I was going with it.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that would work.
But yeah, you walk into your thing. You go through a few doors. They all seem to lead to different cities, but not the one that's Waterdeep. And at this point, you've probably taken 5 to 10 minutes.
Excuse me.
I'll
Yes.
put another 20 minutes into it.
Do you
Yes,
want
Kenny.
Do you want to make the dragons wait
Okay.
that long?
If they're going to immediately get the apology they want this day, I think they'll be happy waiting a little bit longer.
You don't know if they're going to agree to that apology.
They will. It's fine. I'll put another 5 minutes in.
Okay, make one more roll then.
12. Not that great.
Again, another door. This one leads to the elven like village that you're in. Their graveyard.
Is the king there?
You ask around a couple of people, and they seem to not have seen him for the last couple of days.
All right, unhelpful.
So either he's in the actual like elven center city, or he's still in Waterdeep. You're not sure. Do you come back?
I'll do one more.
Okay.
Fuck
Well, all of this is happening off in the distance. I'd like to address the dragons. So we've got something for all of you, pretty much. Then, yeah.
We have a start. Protanther said.
All right. So just to track everything down, you want an apology from the head of the elves.
Correct.
You
I
want a
will-
cut of the proceeds.
Nope. That's
Silver, yeah.
nope. Silver's one that wants the dwarf apology.
Yeah, gold
Oh.
and silver want apologies. Brass and bronze want and
Yep.
end wealth, and copper seems cool.
Okay. So
No, I think Brass wants something else. Brass wants the mask.
Brass wants masks. Bronze wants money. Copper already got their stuff. Silver and gold want people to be nice to them.
okay. So
Linus has a question.
Mike, I will do one final one if that's cool.
Sure. Go ahead, Limus.
What color dragon wanted the masks again?
Brass.
Brass.
So towards the brass dragon, you want these because Tiamat wants these. Is she able to see through the masks when we're using them?
No.
I mean, she
Okay,
can
so
see this now.
No, the masks are what allow you to summon her. I want them
Okay.
destroyed after, and I don't trust the humanoids.
yeah, no, you know what?
Oh.
I also want those destroyed because I can't retire if like this threat keeps popping back up. Really gonna
And-
fuck with my retirement.
Do they need all the masks or just most of them?
I mean,
Because like we could stop this right here now. We got 2 masks. We
No,
can just destroy one of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the masks make it easier, but unless I'm gonna go ahead and assume that if any masks are extant, thus too is the threat.
Okay.
2
I guess that makes
minimum
sense.
are required as a greater, not greater. I guess it would be a kind of focus. Basically,
So we
2
have,
are need. 2 at the very least are needed. More makes it easier.
so we have 2. Could we summon her in the middle of a sun? Would that work?
Hey,
Do you have the required sacrifices? Are you on their side?
are you?
No. No.
Can you make a summoning circle on a sun?
That was the next question.
So, anyway, ignoring my child ward here for a moment. While we've got you gathered, I'm gonna hold up those bronze dice again. So this is the tool that I have been using primarily to cast magic and whatnot. As you can see, it was a piece of a bronze dragon's hoard, and it's stirring. Considering I feel we're going to start facing stiffer threats, I was kind of hoping that, I don't know, maybe we could work something out where you give me a little bit of a boost.
I'll just flat out trade. You can
Wanna
have this one if I
trade?
can get. Yeah, you can have this one if I can get a slightly better one.
I second that.
We can definitely discuss these things once all terms have been hammered out.
I mean, it sounds like we've got the terms hammered out.
I mean,
I'll sign whatever paper you need signed, if that's the question. But
no,
I
I just
cast a
figured.
glance back at the rest of my party. I feel like we're all pretty on board with the terms of this agreement.
Thumbs up.
We go to water because there might be two things we can take care of there now.
You're not here right now.
I came back.
You walk back.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cursing loudly, but yes.
Mike, I put something in chat.
Are you gonna surprise Top Hat this dragon?
She looks at you quizzically
Surprise Top Hat.
and thinks back to you.
Who on the head?
Why?
Just do it. I think you made a bad choice, and I think I can fix it.
She hesitantly puts her head down.
The robe of many pockets lifts up as Gajar walks over and uses one hand and the invisible hand to tie it around her neck like an ascot.
The robe of useful items, but yes. I'm gonna miss that robe. There were a pair of dogs in there. I've been waiting for the right opportunity to let loose.
She still looks a little
In
confused.
there.
Yes, there are. One of the patches has a picture of 2 mastiffs on it. Mike, do you want a list? Do you want my my chunk of info of everything that's in that robe of useful items?
Not right now. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a second.
Okay.
Protanther does speak up a little. While what we requested is mainly what we want, a little more to sweeten the pot would definitely help. Because what if you don't secure the apologies?
Well, so what you're looking for then isn't necessarily something to sweeten the pot. What you want is collateral.
No, it'll be for us, regardless of what happens. Not regardless of what happens, but as long as everything works out.
Question about your apologies. If push comes to shove, is death in lieu of an apology acceptable?
No.
Well, keep in mind, if you were to kill the person you're looking for an apology for, they would be replaced by a new leader who may have a different thought on the matter.
You want an apology from. I am not condoning assassination. I just want to lay that out.
I'm just
I
saying.
wanted to assassinate them, but I wanted to make sure it was off the table.
But Protanther, you want an official apology from whoever is the head representative of the elves.
Who is not currently in the Elven Village. He's either in Waterdeep or in the main Elven City. Or in between.
My Elven City?
No, that is where he is not.
Okay.
That is where he is definitely not.
That is
Cool.
That is basically correct.
That's suspicious.
Don't be suspicious, don't.
Putting more stuff in chat, Mike.
A single platinum piece?
Yep.
If a dragon can raise an eyebrow, all 5 of them raise an eyebrow.
All right, the process repeats. 2 each now.
Hold on. I have something.
Oh, I'm picturing it one by one, like the brooms in Fantasia, just out of Gajar's pocket and over to a dragon.
um,
I pull out a book. It is listed in my inventory as some guy's spell book.
I still have a level 9 spellbook.
Mystery magic? It's some guy's spell book. Think of it as a down payment.
we have lived long enough to learn most magics. Wizard spells cannot be learned how we learn magic.
But what about this? And Limus hands the hat of Hecate to one of them. You want to be a pumpkin?
Chaos does not suit us.
That's fine. Puts the hat away.
How do you feel about astrology chat? Sorry, astrology chats. I've got some very nice astrology chats. I pull out 3 fancy astrology charts. One on parchment, one on thinly rolled copper, and one on a clay disc. Each is worth 700 GP.
You see them think it over a little bit. Namur does chime in. I'm happy with the 1 share. I do not need more. You will have
Learn
my
your fortune from the stars.
one
Or
of
no,
them.
astronomy.
Um,
I'm wise. I'm not necessarily smart.
No, isn't it the opposite?
Hey, that's like me.
gold is fire. Silver is cold. That's all I know
First
off
time
the
with
top of my
astrology,
head.
I was right.
Brass is fire, bronze is electric, copper's acid.
There you go.
Ooh.
Those are the only ones. I only knew the 2 off the top of my head.
I didn't even see that Kenny asked.
Taz McKella chimes in. Assuming all goes well, if you could get a temple consecrated in the name of Bahamut, or a monastery, something, have his word be taught. That's all I need extra.
Yeah, sure. We'll make a nice church for you.
That seems easy enough too.
How about Sardior? And yes, Roland, I'm making fun of you right now.
How about what? Sorry?
Sardior.
I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Well, the question's not to you.
Alright. Mike doesn't know who Sadior is.
That's the Gem Dragon God.
Copper Snickers. No. That one is a fool.
Yeah,
Bahamut
but
is,
as far as I've been able to learn, Bahamut liked them well enough.
Look, we can make a church to Bahamut. That's fine.
I mean, if you want to make a church to him, you can. That doesn't help me. Interesting. Huh. The gold speaks up. I would like some of the land that we defend, be it one of the cities, whatever, be dedicated to Dragonkind. We will protect it if it is our land, but we would like to have land that can't be taken. There can be settlements there already.
My brother in Bahamut, you are a dragon who can take land from you to begin with.
My question as well.
I mean, plenty of people can. Have you not heard of Dragon Slayers? Have those died out?
Hi, are we dead?
We will we'll discuss and figure out we can do. I figure what we can probably do. It'll be a little difficult to convince people to just straight up sell their land to you. That's a little bit outside of our sphere of influence. Being, let's be
Again.
honest, for jobbers. But
Again,
what
I do not wish to depose anyone from their lands.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking, we work out. Yeah. We work out an arrangement wherein a local populace pays you a small tithe every season. In return, you provide protection for the surrounding, countryside, and
Important
everything
I
sort of
think-
works out.
I think the agreement is as simple as dragons get free passage in and out and lodgings, and the area is defended by 5 dragons. I think that's a good enough investment right there.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they'll probably, I mean, I don't know.
Essentially, for lack of better analogy, a national park cannot
Sure.
be built upon, cannot be stolen from. Granted, they can try to steal, of course, but they will face the 5 metallic dragon races in response. I just want an area dedicated to dragons.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sure we can make
See,
that
no
happen
problem.
too.
In
That
which
only
case,
seems fair.
the apology and that sounds fine to me.
All right. So
And then that was
Roland
1,
claps his
2,
hands together and
3.
looks out at the group. Are we good?
As far as the agreement goes, yeah.
Otar speaks up a little bit first, because 2 of them still you haven't offered bonus stuff.
I offered 2,100 gold worth of star charts.
Well, you offered, yes, but the other 2 just request another, like a share each.
Sure.
It's money we don't have yet, sure.
I am absolutely happy to make that promise.
Okay.
When the
So-
cult is dead, I get to retire. That's all I care about.
All right, so yeah, they seem to all nod in agreement that the terms that the apologies and whatever their initial requests were, and then whatever their secondary requests sound. Type of land. Any
Yeah,
land.
mountains. Yeah,
Any
land.
land.
Okay.
Any land. Limus, or the copper looks at Limus. Why?
It's a helpful tool that'll come in handy later.
Do you realize what does copper have?
Acid.
You just want me to fill your bag of holding with acid,
Yep.
It will destroy it.
and
Why?
you know anything in it will be gone, right?
It's full of water. I can dump that out.
Why is your bag of holding filled with
Just
water?
upends it as a lake pours out.
No, that's a very good question. Why is it full of water?
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. It hasn't come up yet, so I'm willing to swap it out.
How long has it been filled with water, Kenny?
The second I got it, I filled it with water.
I don't remember that. Yeah, the copper dragon, like, not really knowing why, he just fills it with acid.
Cool. I dump the 64 square feet of water out and fill it with 64 square feet of liquid acid. That'll come in handy.
Take a jar. I think the child's becoming a sociopath.
Look, if he wants dragon vomit in their bag of holding, fine, whatever.
Doesn't change what I said.
The original plan for the water was to get in a room. I did the math at one point. I have it written down somewhere, and just upend the bag so most of the room is underwater, and turn into like a shark and just eat the people that are in the room, or if it's a small enough room, just drown them in a closet.
That makes what I said more applicable.
You know, you don't. Whatever. It's fine.
Honey, I love you and you terrify me.
I'll go
Well, it was
along.
originally to give myself a portable source of water, but it hasn't really been necessary yet. So I'm seeing what else I can do.
I'll go along with this chaos.
The next combat we have, it would have been perfect.
Um, yeah. So the dragons all nod. Very well. Assuming everything goes according to plan, we will meet after Tiamat is stopped, the summoning is stopped, whatever happens, to get our payments. Although, if you can get the apologies beforehand, that sounds much better. Um, but yeah, we will go and get ready to reinforce whatever areas we are going to defend as needed.
If we're able to get the apologies beforehand, do we come back here?
I'm sure you can find a way to broadcast it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, those are the little details. We'll figure those out as we go.
Um, both the brass and bronze, they both stand up and take off in not opposite directions, but towards different cities. Uh, Tazmikella stands up next, and she's about to take off, and then she sits back. She looks back at you, Roland, and she leans back down, and with a claw undoes the knot and pulls off the cloak or the robe. While this is mine, I feel that what I wanted it for was more sentimental. By you returning it to me, you have shown that you are willing to part with something that you probably held pretty dearly. For that, I am thankful. And I feel this will be helpful to you more than it will be for me in the upcoming fights. If you wish to return it after the fights, that is up to you. But the gesture that you made here in giving it to me was enough. And she hands it back to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's come in handy in the past, and I'm sure it will help me out in the future. Uh, I'm gonna take my cloak.
And then she proceeds to take off as well. Protanther looks over at Otar. You will bring them back to the city, I presume? She nods. Then I shall go and reinforce and help a different settlement. I leave Waterdeep in your hands, and should the time come, we will all meet at Waterdeep to defend it. And he takes off. Um, Go ahead.
Before all the metallic dragons leave.
Yeah,
Oh, uh, about that there spell focus.
The Silver Dragon looks up.
I mean,
We
yeah.
will take care of that once we reach Waterdeep. You have definitely garnered our goodwill, and for that I will reward all of you. At which point she
Highlight?
I put something in the Discord. That bowl and scoop game, GLI. I want to buy a glass one
Like in real life or in the game?
in the game. In real life, I don't think that really works all that well.
Yeah, glass highlight. It's highlight. I think is how it's pronounced.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's highlight. Yeah, glass highlight wouldn't work about as well as a glass hammer.
Okay. Yeah, we can probably figure that out.
Cool.
She proceeds to position herself so you guys can climb onto her back.
Get up.
Shotgun.
And then she proceeds to take off. On the journey back, she lets you know that she will summon a meeting with the council the day after you arrive. At which point you can tell the council what has been decided. She will be present, and we go from there. But do a couple things.
When these focuses change, what changes about them?
You have to look it up. It's
Is it Waken?
Yeah, if it's one step, it goes to Awakened. If it's two, it goes to Ascendant. But that's legendary, and that's probably not going to happen.
no. You're gonna go to the Awakened. They're gonna go there. Interesting. And this one.
Oh, so we get a spell out of it. That's cool.
A spell.
Yeah. Apparently,
Okay.
the weakened one, it does whatever. It does the same thing as a stirring, and then when you're holding it, you can use it to cast the spells. It says once it's used to cast a given spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. And for metallic, you either get Fitzban's Platinum Shield or Legend Lore.
I don't remember what item I have.
You think you have a focus, Kenny?
I also think that's true. I wasn't sure if that was the item or like classification or something. So yep.
So upon landing, during the 2 days of flight, she will ask you each what you want, because she can actually do it while, like, during the breaks.
Well, I want it from Protanther or Eleuthera.
She says that she can send word, and he will get it to you in either the day before, the day of the meeting.
I can already resist her type.
Fair. She says she'll make the necessary calls.
We've also already fought 2 white dragons. I'm pretty sure we're good on white dragons for a little bit.
I'm currently wearing its skin.
She's a little intrigued by your armor, but she doesn't really pry too much. She doesn't really want to know.
I have literally no idea what to ask her for.
I'm just gonna ask for an upgraded focus, but I don't know which metallic dragon would be better suited for me.
It's Metallic Blanket.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Silver's Cold?
Yes. Yeah, if you could steal one from Protanther, that'd be great. I'll happily trade. You can have this one. I don't need it. I'm willing to upgrade, and it's not like he's gotta do anything except sleep.
I will. She one of the nights, you Limus, that's the name of the person. You
Yep.
basically see her cast teleportation circle, and you see
Okay.
her blip out, and then you see that the circle glow again a few like maybe 5 minutes later, and she blips
Okay.
back.
Interesting.
In the morning, she looks at you, Gajar. I have relayed the message to Protanther. He is willing to acquiesce that request. You will have it delivered to you the day of the meeting.
I am willing to pay up a little bit too. I'm like this isn't necessarily a free request. I'm just kind of going shopping through him, I suppose. If we're making requests, I'd like something a little less tangible, something a little less stealable.
Maybe he could just implant it in your brain.
We can make that a thing.
Look, you're
Which one?
you're the only one I'm even considering asking, because the rest of them, I'm pretty sure they don't spend as much time around us as you do.
I assume you're going to give her the rundown that you gave me before.
Yep.
She thinks about it and she goes, I can definitely get that to happen. Give me a couple nights to prepare the proper rituals and whatnots, but I can definitely get that done.
Not gonna just let me drink your blood?
That is barbaric.
Young Midoriya.
Eat this hair.
The first time I watched that, I made a joke like, "Oh, you just have to suck my dick to be a superhero," and luckily enough, that would have been completely valid.
Then All Might would be in jail.
Japan.
You put him in jail. Like,
Are any of the dragons able to acquiesce to like making my spells better in any way?
None of them really do necromancy.
I think we've gotten
Well,
about
even
as much
if
out
it's
of
not
these
like
dragons
necromancy
as we're
stuff, if
going
it's
to.
like able to hit better or something, or like up my save.
oh hell yeah, Fizzban's Platinum Shield. That's what I'm taking.
Isn't there a focus that does that, Tucker? Or not focus, but a draconic item that does that?
Sorry, what are you looking for, Chris?
A slight boost to his saves or something.
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
you want
I don't have the book on me.
there's a number of different things that can do that. They're expensive. The one that I can think of, but I don't know if it works on wizards, is a Bloodwell vial.
What is that?
It gives you a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and saving throw DCs of sorcerer spells. Never mind. Yeah, that's just for sorcerers.
And result is I just get awakened focus. That's fine. I just figured I'd shoot my shot.
I mean, I've already asked for that, and the answer has been a firm maybe.
The other option is the other option would be if they want if she wants to like put some cold damage on my staff too.
Hold on. What were you? What was the maybe for you, Alex?
On awakened spell focus, or like a +1 version of my existing spell focus.
Awakened is the next level for yours.
Yes.
She's willing to give you that.
Sweet.
She wanted to see how the proceedings went before agreeing to giving anything. Because had you all flubbed everything, she was not going to help any of you. But because you did so well, she's willing to help now. But yeah, she can definitely do that over the course of the next couple nights for anyone who wants to upgrade their whatever they have.
I would love that. Upgrading it from to a metallic one will allow upgrading to awakened metallic dragon touch focus will give me some neat little toys in there.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
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 Okay. Any other requests by anyone?
Nope. I got the vomit and just looking for an upgraded focus myself, and I think that's it.
Same thing. She can definitely upgrade your focus that you have.
Unless the dragons are currently molting, in which case I would love a scale from each of them, but that's a big ask.
Especially since one of them has specifically asked to have all the
Yep, you're right.
The skin of one of their brethren returned to them.
This one
Right
specifically.
about
Apparently the
that.
one we're riding.
You are correct. Never mind.
That being said, if it's a single scale, apparently dragons are like fish and just shed them.
Right, so if you want a single scale, she might be okay with it.
Yeah, a single scale would be fine, even if it doesn't really give me any benefit. It would still be cool. End up looking like that rainbow fish book.
You know what I actually would be in your considerable debt if you would happen to be able to find? And I would pay a great deal of money and owe you a favor. If you would happen in your vast influence and wealth be able to find me a tome of leadership and influence?
She
You mean like
smiles a
this one
little.
I have right here?
She smiles a little. I can definitely send out feelers
That
to find the one.
I would be greatly, greatly appreciative.
She chimes in. You know there is only one at a time, right? Because that's the one that gives you a bonus to your stat, right?
Yeah, it gives you a bonus to your charisma or that's it, charisma.
Yeah.
And then the manual loses its magic, but it gets it back in 100 years.
Correct.
It doesn't necessarily say it's the only one, but it
I
does
feel
say
like
that they're sufficiently rare.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it says they're very rare, not legendary or anything.
That's fair. I didn't think about that. But yeah, she says she'll send out feelers to acquire one.
Yeah, if it said legendary, I'd be like, yeah, the only one in existence, absolutely. But at very rare, it's a little bit harder to find than a bag of holding.
What do they do, Chris?
Listen.
Sir, aren't illusions one of the magic schools that you can't touch?
It's the name. What it does is it lets me double cast a cantrip.
What's the item?
Illusionist bracers.
That's fair. Yeah, no, you're right. It lets you cast a second cantrip as a bonus action.
That's pretty. I could cast guidance twice.
You can also cast multiple minor illusions at once,
Um,
but that's not why I want it.
She says she will look into it, but she has never heard of them.
That's fun.
So she makes no promises that she will have them.
I made my big asks. I made my ask for that. And then if I can get some other cool spelly type deal, but that'll be up to Mike between now and next session.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything specific while you guys are flying back?
Not really. I've pretty much done everything I set out to do.
Okay, so you all arrive back at the Waterdeep. Is there anything you want to do before the council meeting?
No, I'm good. Wait, actually, yes. Kenny, do you want to switch masks?
Yeah.
Considering I just got copper dragon vomit, no.
Damn it.
You did also. I don't know if Kenny was here for that, but you all agreed to have the masks destroyed at the end.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not now.
No. I'm just letting him know because I didn't know if he was here for that part. But yeah, you all arrive. She lets you know that to be ready tomorrow at some point. You'll get a summons to a council meeting. She'll make it happen. Is there anything you want to do in the interim before the council meeting in Waterdeep?
And the dwarf guy and told him about the apology before the council meeting, so I'm not bringing it up in front of a bunch of other people.
Say that again, because you kind of warbled for a little bit.
We try to talk to the guy about the apologies before the meeting so he's not blindsided by it at the meeting.
Yeah, that.
Which guy?
Either of them, I guess.
I say I'll take the dwarf.
You could try. She herself. Did you say in front of her?
No. My first thought is wondering in game if I have the ability to go try that, and then next is probably not even going to tell her. I'm probably just going to go try and do it.
You definitely have the ability to try. It's a matter of whether or not you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I think Linus is the best one to ask the apology from the elf guy from, so figure I'll take the dwarf. Roland already dealt with the cloak, and Gujar is the best one to deal with any of the dragons, so I might as well talk to the short man.
Yeah, up to you if you want to talk to them.
I will talk to the dwarf.
Roll a. What's the equivalent of gather information in 5e?
In 5e, yeah, that's going to be investigate.
Oh yeah, okay, that is an actual skill. Yeah, roll investigation, see if you can figure out where they are.
21.
Nice.
Yep. Who else is anyone else gonna go with you, or is it just gonna be you?
I told them what I was doing, but I didn't wait for anybody.
Sorry, what did you say you were doing?
I'm going to go try and get the apology out of the dwarf before the meeting so that he's not blindsided during the meeting.
Harold gets company on talking missions. Like, that's how that works.
Yeah, I'll go with you on this one. Captain Charisma Caster is going to go with you on this one.
Limus kind of looks at Gajar. Does that mean we're off to see the elf?
Do you need company?
We should split the two faces. I think, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a safety net.
Yeah, right. That's fine.
Also, I do want that glass thing while we're in the city. Doesn't have to be before the meeting. It's fine.
Yeah, you can definitely pick it up.
Flinging poop like a gorilla?
No, flinging acid I scoop out of my bag of holding.
It'll melt.
Not glass. That's what you use to store acid.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I took chemistry. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I know people who took chemistry. I've seen movies.
You know who else has seen movies? Hitler. Fucking, I took chemistry. Wait, no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't.
Oh God. Anyway,
So yeah, if no, words Kenny, you
Yeah.
want to roll an investigation also to see if you can find out where said person is.
Yes, I just got a
Uh,
very
oh.
weird to look at my character sheet.
I'm going to help Chris on his investigation since I'm going
I
with
got
him.
21.
Cool, but roll again because you have advantage.
Int. Let's do.
No, aren't you
Um,
glad you rolled again?
Oh, oodles
Totally.
glad.
Roll D20 plus 2. I'm also going to cast guidance. So can I just plus a D4 here?
Ash, get out of his butthole.
I don't think you can guidance yourself. Can
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes,
then
you
sure.
can.
Then
Well,
sure.
didn't really.
Kenny, what did you roll?
I don't know. What happened?
D20. Oh,
It's
No,
a
it rolled-
4D, not a.
but it ended up being
Not
a
a
plus 2 plus
D4.
4. I
Yeah.
see.
So plus
So-
a D4. Let's
I
try it
mean-
that way. That's a 14. Okay. Not great, but better.
Yeah, the only restriction on guidance is that you have to touch the thing, but you can
Okay.
touch
And I
yourself.
am touching me.
But yeah,
I'm very good
you-
at touching myself.
Touch my elf.
Kenny,
Well,
you
your
can't.
elf is an elf teenager.
Kenny, you can't seem to figure out where the elf is staying.
Can I get advantage on that because I too am an elf?
Uh,
And Gajar would
No,
be going with
but-
him.
if Gajar is helping you, you can get advantage because of the help action.
Is Gajar gonna help?
I zoned out. Help what?
Search for
I
for the
I
elf.
botched an investigation roll twice.
But hypothetically, you're going with him, so you would have been helping him the whole time. So those rolls should be at advantage, provided you would have been using the help action.
Can I have paid more attention and Limus help Gajar?
I think that might be asking for too much retconning because dice have already been rolled.
Yeah.
But I think you can give Limus the advantage.
So I feel like Limus would be the one asking because in his mind it was, I'm an elf. They'll probably tell me.
17.
That's not how help works. What are you rolling for?
I rolled investigation.
So you're not helping. You're
No.
investigating separately.
Yes, because I get a plus 10, and that's probably going to be better than his 2 plus 2.
How'd you
Um,
get a plus 10?
Well, then if you're doing it separately, add a D4 to it anyway.
Because expertise.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have a plus 9.
I assume. I don't know if
I have
that
a plus
was-
10
Yeah,
on
it's 2 int and then expertise.
I have a plus 10 on all of the charisma things.
What the hell is that?
You also have a-
Should
you
I
also
have
have
a plus 10 to anything?
Well, it's because
Yeah.
I have a luck stone that's giving me an extra plus 1.
I don't have a luck stone.
Okay.
Tucker, roll an extra d4.
Luck stone is sexy fine.
I was gonna buy it, but I didn't have enough money after I bought
20.
my fancy staff that is literally just a skull and a spine.
Okay, so 20.
Sure. Why didn't you make your own, Chris? You have those spare parts.
Yeah, but I had to get it all magicked.
Yeah.
With those numbers, you guys gather enough information to have an idea. No, you know where they're staying. Whether or not you'll be able to see them is a different story. So are you guys gonna go in and see what happens?
The
Yeah,
elves can go
You might be
first.
on the place.
What was that?
Walk in like we own the place.
Okay. So you guys get. Then we'll go with you two first. You basically hear that they're staying at like the equivalent of like wherever representatives to the UN would stay at.
So not the Best Western.
No.
It's
It
Holiday
is.
Inn.
There are armed guards outside the gates of this fenced-in mansion, pretty much.
How did you possibly get past my one guard?
They both look at you two that are approaching. State your names and why you are here.
Limus, on official diplomatic business, at ease, soldier.
Jarek Samarit again. See the kid's explanation.
Limus just tried so hard, and I love it.
Were you summoned? Do you have an audience with anyone here? We need more to go on than just that.
Just kind of speaking to the DM at the moment, I'm pretty sure that classifies as being summoned, just not from the person we're going to see. So I'm going to say yes, because that's not a lie. Does that logic? I think that logics.
Do you have paperwork saying that you are being summoned?
Did the dragon give us anything?
No.
Okay.
The dragon, for all intents and purposes, is gonna just drop it into them.
Summoned by King Melendrock, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's who we're trying to go see. I'm trying to.
yes,
was not-
that is who you're trying to see.
Tucker, you and I are operating almost off the same information. I do not know who we're going to see. I just know they're an elf.
Give me a moment. I think I got it right here, and I'm gonna quickly use the emerald pen to scribble out a summons.
What does the pen do again? I remember you saying it, but I don't remember what it does.
I mean, firstly, it's just a pen, and I'm using it like a pen.
It's a really good pen, though.
It also lets me cast illusory script at will.
Are you doing this in front of the guard?
No, I'm rummaging through my bag looking for the note, quickly scribbling it down on a piece of paper.
Fly Machine Gajar, yada yada yada, here to see the king, yada yada yada.
I will request a
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand.
I will use illusory script to add some like ornate filigree to it, but not the script itself.
Okay.
And guidance, just hand on shoulder. You do have it, right?
Is that sufficient, DM?
Yeah, sure. I like this.
I'm good at sevens, but there's an 18.
Woo!
You manage to. They don't seem to notice the
They're bad guards.
the writing. You pull out a piece of very ornate-looking paper now, with the summons. The guard looks it over, turns it over, sees that there is a mark on it, like a seal. Well, all things seem to be in order here. They let you know which floor and what to look for to know which room he's in.
Cool.
And then they let you pass.
Wow. Success. Thank you very much, sir. Wait, are we presenting that Gajar is my valet?
That's up to you.
Either way, we head up right to the room that they told us. I've got a plan.
And I'm gonna support whatever his plan is. I hope the plan involves we save your brother, do us a solid.
My brother?
The king's brother.
Oh,
That was the green dragon speaker we didn't kill and specifically reincarnated.
Into a
Oh,
dwarf
okay.
because we made his life hell.
yeah, I like it. I'm not trying to be chaotic. The result of the things I do just happen to suck.
You were the most chaotic one here.
I'm not trying to be though. It's like I see a cool thing, I want to do it.
I don't know.
But
Says,
it's
says,
well
the,
with
per-
the child.
says the one who murdered a farm boy and just because.
Okay,
that was
one murder.
I'm going to.
It was one murder.
In fact, I've anti-murdered. I've unmurdered.
Yeah, see, you're just pissing off death. All I'm doing is killing people.
Anywho, you arrive. What do you do when you arrive?
I knock on the door.
You hear from inside. Who is it? I wasn't expecting company today.
It's Limus. I don't have a last name. From that one village.
I also imagine he knows who Limus is.
He should know who Limus is because I brought back his nephew.
If that's not enough, we're the dragon slayers who saved your brother.
That's also correct. His
The
brother,
door.
not nephew.
You hear footsteps in the room. The door opens up.
Is it the king himself answering the door?
Yeah. Huh.
Cool. I use telepathy to bond to him.
To what? To him?
I can only use telepathy for one person per day. In today's the king.
Oh, I see what you're saying. To bond.
Yes. Yep. I make that telepathic link. I'm not using it currently, but it has been made.
Do they know that happened?
I think they gotta be willing.
What's the spell called?
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
You create a telepathic link between yourself and a willing creature with which you are familiar.
Damn.
However,
He's my friend's uncle.
there is
Uh-huh.
no range on the spell.
Yes, exactly.
No. You can
So
wake up
I
and do
need
some
to
on the
see him.
exact opposite side of the planet,
Okay, as long
As-
as I know who my target is.
as long as you know them. Yes.
So, can I just telepathy directly to Tiamat?
20 years after this adventure, Bonds to Gajar. Hey, you up?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know where Tiamat is?
It doesn't matter if I know where they are. It's the target.
On the same plane.
Okay, there we go.
Then no.
Then no.
He
Yeah,
walks
so-
out, or he opens the door. Come on in. Wasn't expecting
Cool.
to see you today. I was told tomorrow.
Yeah, we're on some pre-business business. Real quick, what was the apology for?
I want to say it's the mural, Miiral, something like that.
Yes, he was
Uh-huh.
either
The-
him or another elf.
The Draco Rage mural, which was a spell-like thing that basically sent every dragon into a blind frenzy for 60 days.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's that. Yeah, we need an apology for that.
Yeah, it basically rendered every dragon a feral animal.
Right. That's what
Okay.
the B team over that's what that's what I'm referring to as the B team. Myself and the other arcane spellcaster have gone to go do right now.
Cool.
Huh? No.
Okay.
Oh, no, we're going for the dwarf. You guys are going for the elf. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So, continuing to
He
speak to the king here.
he offers you a seat and asks if you want some tea before you start talking.
Take the seat, not the tea.
Okay. He sits across from you guys, arms kind of folded in his lap, or hands rather,
Um,
hands folded in his lap.
Before I roleplay again, it is known that we're on behalf of the Dragon Council.
You were offered to go to the Dragon Council,
And so
to make
saying we've been sent here by the Dragon Council to ask for this apology isn't like gonna break anything, right?
You're not sure.
Alright,
You were
that's
told
fair.
to offer whatever you could. You don't know what repercussions whatever you offered has.
I don't know if I
You offered
anything.
all of your children to the dragon.
That's fine, I'm a kid.
No, I meant the person you're going to talk to.
Oh, alright. So talking to the king now. We've been sent, before the council to see if we can come to an agreement in which you're able to give a formal apology for the dragon mural that happened X time zone frame.
Very, very long time ago.
Very long time ago. There are some parties that have sent us very formally, I don't know how to say that. We're just looking to have a conversation to see how we can come to an agreement on you providing an apology on behalf of all elves to the DM.
Yeah,
Or just
that is what he
on-
requested, is that you make a public apology being heard by as many as can be heard.
Okay. Issuing a public apology for the dragon mural that happened so long ago.
At the during your whole talking, you see that his nostrils start to flare.
I understand that this might be less than an ideal situation for you, and I can respect that. I absolutely do. After all, it was so long ago, even for us elves, that's still a significant amount of time that's passed. But there are some people who still remember the slight that happened from this, and it would go a very long way if it was able to be put behind everybody. An apology from you, the current king, would go an immensely long way to this resolution.
He stands up. You notice that he is noticeably angry. Arms are crossed. You mean to tell me you promised the dragons an apology from the elves for something that was required?
Required by who?
You weren't around during that time.
I was not. I am honestly asking who required that.
We did. The humanoids did.
The humanoids require dragons become frenzied creatures?
Kinda. It mostly stopped them from doing their own magic.
Ah, I see.
I mean, they were destroying our armies. Mike doesn't know the actual history, so I'm making it
Yeah,
up.
that's fine. That's fine.
The spell
Well,
provided us the advantage we needed to bring peace between our kinds. Why would you offer that? I figured you would offer gold, land, something. But an apology of your own kind?
This is specifically what was asked for.
And first, before money.
Before money, yes.
You could have gone a different route.
For being fair, Air, we tried. They wanted nothing other. Let's take perspective on this for a moment. A dragon who hoards money, lands, this, that, the other thing, before all else, the first thing they asked and could not be swayed otherwise was a simple apology.
He puts his hands on the back of his chair that he has gotten up from. And if you offered him 3 or 4 shares of the loot, you think that wouldn't have weighed more heavily than an apology?
We offered. They were uninterested. Yeah, let that sink in. The dragon was uninterested in money.
No, the dragon. Well, he wants. That dragon doesn't want money, but he could have.
Yeah,
you don't know. You didn't ask him.
Correct.
Well,
Now we're lying.
Yeah, yeah. I thought we did ask him, so I didn't realize I was lying. But yeah,
Oh, I wouldn't say you're lying. I'd say you were inferring. Because money was offered to all of the dragons multiple times, and several made that their demand. And they made it
Yeah.
openly and obviously to the group. So you
Yeah.
can, in good faith, argue that the gold dragon was uninterested in money. Because when the offer of money was given to the other dragons, at no point did he go, "Oh yeah, actually I want the money."
Yeah, I want that too.
Yeah, the king doesn't know this.
Right. No, I know. But Kenny does.
Right. He is still super red in the face at this point.
Understandable. If
Linus.
it's possible to
You
narrate this part, Limus is 100% understanding that this is something that they never thought they would need to do.
You are
This is
asking
the
me.
HR in me coming out.
Yeah. You are asking me to put aside the pride of our people for these dragons?
Limus, can I mind if I step in?
Can I just say one more point? Then you absolutely can.
Go.
You're correct. It might be the pride of the elves, but I'm also an elf thinking that this action would far outweigh the cons here. But think about it if the tables were turned. What would you feel if the dwarves had some sort of magic that made elves mortal, that made us live normal 50-year lifespans? Would you not want them to apologize for that?
It wouldn't.
Dragons are a sentient race. They are a people. You might not like that, but they exist in the world to the same sentient level as the rest of us.
He turns to Gajar. Before the meeting with him, did you know what the spell was? Or was it merely a fairy tale?
I wasn't too sure. I'm not too keen on dragons myself, so I'd never really stopped to dig in. If he's telling me it's true, I mean, he's old enough.
No. Before today, for all you knew, it was just a story. Correct? Or before the council meeting.
In all honesty, there's a lot of stories that go around. They can't all be fake, so I'm skeptical as to which ones are or are not. So
Point being,
I like that argument though.
if said dwarfs, for your analogy, little one, were to have that spell, over the centuries, we would not know it as fact anymore. It would be merely a story like this one was.
But this one isn't a story. You said so yourself. It was necessary.
By us admitting to it, we are admitting that the elves did something very untoward towards all dragon kind.
no, you're finishing the job.
Yeah, and to be fair, the only people that would be upset are the dragons, and they are specifically asking for this. The only other people that know this to be fact is the exact people asking for the apology. So,
And if we
as you're
announce it,
saying,
globally, everyone knows.
there
Do
will
you
still be
not
skeptics.
see? Do you not see how bad that would be for commerce between all elves and other races?
You know what would be a
That
lot
is
worse for
that is
commerce?
understandable, but think about it
Tiamat.
this way. Yeah, think
Your
about it
friend,
this
your
way.
friend there is a dragon.
No,
Sort of.
hey,
Dragonborn, but dragon-blooded. Not is that
But
not true?
think about it this way. All right. Obviously, I wasn't here when this happened, right? A lot of us weren't. So if you apologize for something that 90% of the sentient population thinks is a story, what's the harm in that? You, sure, maybe some people will think, oh, this must have actually happened then. We already know this tale. We already know that this is a thing that maybe happened in the past. Some people will say, oh, I guess they're trying to make up for it. The rest of them are saying, there's no way that's true to begin with. So you're not risking 100% of the sentient population disowning elves. You're looking at maybe 15% of people going, oh, I guess that was real. It has nothing to do with me.
He smiles a little bit. Clearly, you don't know dragons.
The dragons
They
are the one who are asking for
they
this.
will
They're
make
not
sure
the ones who
everyone
have
knows that
accept.
it is true.
aye, they're all assholes.
Yeah, they're all assholes, but they're the ones specifically asking for this. So if I don't understand your point of view here, the only people who know this for fact is the only person asking for the apology. The apology isn't for the world; it's for them.
Announced globally, you said.
Publicly,
They mean
as
globally.
many as people as
Let's not
possible,
split.
but
Let's not
not the
split
whole
hairs.
world.
They want the world to know.
They want the world to know that you're sorry for what happened. Whether it was necessary or not is not in the question. The result may have ended positively for you and for the dragons, for all we know, for all I know. They're not asking for you to change it, they're just asking you to acknowledge it.
For one, there'd be no way to change it. I don't believe
That
you've developed time magic yet.
ninth level spells exist. That could be an ask of them. um, but no, they're just they want to know that even after all these years, you understand that it was whether or not it was necessary. I'm not here to debate that. They just want to know that you remember and are willing to try to make amends for basically brainwashing an entire species.
I'd say brain deading, but yeah.
Yeah,
So let's say
they're
I
not
do apologize.
okay.
What's to say a different race doesn't come forward and go, oh, because they did it to the dragons, they did it to our kind during this other war that happened?
I mean, did it
Did
happen
it?
like that?
No.
Did it happen? Then
No.
you have nothing to worry about.
But if they require us to apologize now that we've admitted to doing it once, do you not see the dominoes that could happen here?
Yeah, but you're making it seem like this is going to happen. People are going to say that you did it too. Like you've already stated, most of the planet doesn't even think this really happened in the first place. And it, it didn't. It didn't happen again. It only happened once. I'm sure you have a way of proving that.
How would I have proof?
I don't know.
Dragons.
You have, huh?
The same asshat's asking you for the help. If you do it, good graces. If anybody else speaks out, you've got a dragon, potentially whole species backing you. So
Yeah, this could lead very, very closely to an alliance between you and the dragons and a protection for resource kind of deal. If you apologize, you could very well have an army of dragons to defend elfenkind. They're willing to help out, especially the metallic ones. You do know about the war that's happening, right?
Of course I do. I'm the one that's helping you guys by sending you out. Why wouldn't I know?
Yeah. And they are also trying to stop it. So they will help you, help us, help them get to the same result. And I don't know about you, but I'd like to have a group of dragons backing me.
I mean, you trust these dragons over the others? Don't you think it's kind of weird that they all made this meeting coincidentally upon the death of another dragon?
That'd be the third.
Yeah, I mean, we're the ones who are killing these dragons, and they asked us for their help. So I think they trust us more than we trust them.
I was just seeing the messages on Discord. Right, so when they request that you help bring, let's say, Bahamut into this reality, do we now side with them?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's on Celestia, and I'm pretty sure he'd be fun to drink with.
You're all children. I make no promises. I will think about it tonight. What else did he request? Was this all?
Yeah.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, we're not asking for promises, we're asking for an apology.
Yeah.
Sincere or not, public, global, whoever hears it or not, I'm fairly certain I understand what you're afraid of, but realistically, if we don't get their help, they're basically helping the enemy by inaction, which is something I'm certain you're aware of. So, play nice or make it harder.
I doubt
points
that you are
Gajar
telling me
that-
all that they requested. An apology doesn't seem enough for a dragon.
Oh, he also wanted us to find a plot of land that there can be like a town on where dragons are respected. But that doesn't have to specifically come from the elves. It can be from wherever.
He kind of, not face palming, but kind of just puts his hand in his face. And of course, you promised him that, didn't you?
A
So
section of the woods, some random country.
Well,
a section. You think that they want a small section? No.
I happen to know that should this go as far as I think it's gonna, there's gonna be a blasted landscape full of a bunch of dead cultists that we can repurpose as a dragon habitat. So,
And then it starts there, and it moves on. They go, "Oh, we helped you with this war. We want more." You opened the door. I said to offer whatever you could. I assumed monetary, but
Look at us. Do we look like we have a lot of money right now?
the council does. We're gonna get a bunch if we stop the queen from returning.
and now you can keep it.
Yeah. Well,
Can we? Did no one else off? Did no one ask for gold?
Shares, percents. That's not the whole.
I think in all, what? They asked for 3 shares?
He pauses there. 3.
I honestly don't know if it was 3 or 4.
The
It was
demand
It
was
was 3.
the demand was 3, with potential for another extra depending on how well they do.
I think
So-
3 shares divided amongst how many shares they're going to be anyway isn't that big of an ask.
Oh no! You don't understand. There were 10 shares to start. 1 for each lord that's here to give to his country, to his region.
Do we not get a share?
All right, 11. Fine.
No, there are 4 of us. 14 chairs.
Look, the end result is he's made the same choice we did, and now he's not admitting it.
Yeah.
You wanted us to get help, and you're telling me you've already decided the potential winnings. That's as insane as what we're asking you to do.
He
And
looks at
I'm
you
willing
for.
to give up my
you-
share.
It would have been 1 share for your group. You do not represent an entire nation.
Aren't we doing the heavy lifting here?
No,
Which is not-
yeah, the 4 of us are going to equate to a nation. I'm not going to argue that. I'm on his side with this one.
Okay.
that instead of 11, there are now 14. Which is fine. Gold was what we hoped you would have offered. But
So
you've
what's the
also requested more.
We've requested words. Words are free.
Leave for tonight. I will figure it out in the morning whether or not I will acquiesce this request. I will wait.
Did we have to get the apology before the meeting?
No, you're
Okay.
gonna blindside him with the request. This all would have
Okay.
happened in front of the council.
Which I'm now wondering if that would have been the better move.
But you didn't.
I mean, we're going to bring it up again anyway. Either way, thank
Yeah.
you for your time. Have a wonderful night.
Sure.
Without moving my lips, I think at him. We'll be talking soon.
He doesn't seem to flinch.
That's-
He basically he turns his chair away, and you see him like his fingers like wrapping the chair as like drumming. His fingers drumming the arm of the chair as
Okay.
he stares into the fire.
Yes. Fine.
All right, Chris, you have figured out that it is also at this mansion, but it took you significantly less time than the other team.
Yeah.
So you got here before they did, technically. So,
Yep.
You and Roland get to the guards and are standing guard.
Question from Chris, because I have the memory of a goldfish. I don't remember this guy's name already.
Brandonville.
Brandonville, got it. Thank you.
Name and why you're here.
Harold,
Names and why you're here.
Harold, Roland, to speak to Brandonville before the meeting tomorrow.
Do you have a formal invitation to his quarters?
No, but I believe he'll want this information before we get in front of everybody else.
You and every other person who comes here asking for any of the dignitaries that are here.
I mean, but do those
What?
people also have multiple dragons under their belt?
You have dragons that you are controlling.
The big
Well,
pains.
I'm here with a request from dragons, and I've killed multiple dragons.
Again, how do I know you are not just saying this?
Zone of truth.
I mean, you know who I am, right?
I mean, for all I know, this is some random guard, so no. For all I know, you could be a cultist who has slain a metal dragon, for all I know.
Zone of truth.
All right, look, Karen, whatever the hell your name is. Please just have them come out here. I don't have time for this.
I mean, if you have proof of what you say is true,
Chris, you have a green dragon hand.
I was gonna say I regurgitate a bag of holding and pull out a claw and a dragon eye. That's good enough for you?
I mean, that's a claw and an eyeball.
Cast Identify on it.
I also pull out the body of Resmir.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. That's a better thing.
Oh shit! Damn. All right. Stinky.
I see.
Who is currently animated, by the way, so she's just grunting and groaning.
Tap dancing.
All right. Fair enough. I don't think a cultist would be carrying around a body of one of their leaders that is dead. Undead. Whatever's happening there.
Re-dead.
New life is what I like to call it.
Go ahead. He's in the sub-level 1. Tells you the room.
I toss everything back into my various magical bags and orifices, and I proceed.
Yep, there's an iron knocker on, or no, a stone knocker on his door.
I knock on it.
Let me use it. You hear him inside. I'm coming. Room service takes so long here. It takes so long in this place. He opens the door. You're not room service.
Not. No.
What do you?
I think we should have a chat, though.
Who are you? Oh wait, hold on.
Visible facepalm.
You see him like squinting a little bit. Wait a minute. No, I do know who you two are. Why are you here? The meeting is tomorrow.
I'm aware, but I thought there's something you'd like to know before the meeting.
I mean, come in, I guess.
I do. I make myself at home.
Do you wish for some ale?
Actually, yes, please.
Okay. He pours you a rather large pint of very dark ale.
I swing open Harold's head and pop out as Veofor, which is something I've never done in front of the council before. And I just sit there nursing my mug.
Axe in hand pointed at your throat. What have you done with Harold?
Look, this has always been me. It's not that easy for a black kobold to walk around, so this is my meat suit.
And you choose the middle of the night to pop out?
Sorry, you offered me ale, and most people don't offer me ale. I like ale.
How did you get past the guard? You're clearly part of the cult.
Oh my god. Look. Again, pull out body of Resmir.
Yes.
Pull out green dragon mask.
Yes, Harold had those on his person.
Would Harold's bird be following me if I wasn't Harold?
I mean, if you're piloting his meat suit, sure.
I have other things that I could probably do here. Roland could also probably pipe up and go, "Yes,
Yeah.
this is Harold."
Yeah, to be fair,
at this point he would have, and like he grudgingly puts his axe down. I mean, if the other one is fine with this,
I don't show the rest of the order this one for this reason.
Not happy with this thought.
I get it, but if I'm going to ask you a big ask right now, I figure I might as well lay it plain too.
Very well. Go ahead and speak.
We just got back from the meeting with the metallic dragons.
I figured. You did leave immediately, so you being here would definitely mean that.
They've made their asks, one of which involves you.
Alright. Definitely not ready for this. Go ahead. What did they ask?
The silver dragon, I do not remember her whole name, Otar, has asked For
The one who came to summon the meeting.
yes,
What did she ask?
she has asked for two things from you. One, the armor that has been made from her brethren, and an apology for creating said armor.
You notice that the armor is hung on an armor rack right next to
Ooh,
the
boy.
fireplace. So you promised her I would do this?
I told her I'd do what I could. I think
And
that's the wisest decision.
You speak for the dwarves. Why? You are not a dwarf. You are lower than any dwarf.
I can fix that.
Sets the pint down, clutching my new very pretty staff. Look, I'm not here to insult you, which means I'm not here to be insulted. I was told to offer what we could. This was what she asked for. I told her I would do what I could. Now, there's two ways.
Did she tell you why her kind were killed?
Nope, and I didn't ask.
So, even if all the
You know what?
reasons were right for killing, we now have to apologize for defending the dwarven lands. And to give back what we got from killing them. How would you feel if, let's see, the elf has white dragon armor? What if the white dragons came demanding that you guys apologize and return the armor?
Knowing Limus, he probably would.
Or would the rest of the party? I doubt your
yeah.
dragonborn would.
I don't speak. Gajar will do whatever the hell he wants, no matter what I do. So,
Also fair.
that's about where that lands.
I have no say over them. Your argument is invalid.
Look, I was told to offer what I could, like I said. Like I was told. She asked for this. It wasn't offered, she asked. And if we want the help of the metallic dragons to stop, the fuck off chromatic queen god bitch, I think giving some armor back and saying, hey, look, I'm sorry, is a pretty easy thing to do.
Was it just to her that we have to apologize?
That's as far as I understood it.
No? No, she requested it be public also.
Did she? I didn't hear that part.
Yes, she
Yeah,
wants it to be as public as the Gold Dragons.
Which, if that is the case, then I will backtrack and say it correctly.
I definitely thought the question was, are we only apologizing to a single dragon?
Pretty much is what he was kind of asking.
Yes, Chris misunderstood, so I apologize.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, the difference between are we apologizing to this specific named character or all of Silver Dragon kind?
No, she said the exact same wording as the Gold Dragon, as public as
she would like a apology to Silver Dragon kind in general.
To be fair, they didn't say to dragon kind just a blanket, I'm sorry for this that happens. Not that I'm sorry for the thing I specifically did. I am sorry that this unfortunate event in history took place.
Well, that was for the gold. The silver wants an apology for having slain all of her kind.
Or her dragons have been her dragon kind have been slayed, or specifically this person's at fault for slaying those dragons.
It's like a press conference. Hey, look, we're the dwarves. We killed a bunch of silver dragons. We're sorry. Here's their armor. Here's the armor we made out of them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I feel like you could get away with saying, we are the dwarves. We are sorry that silver dragons were killed during this war.
In the end, though, I feel like if we're actually going to get these people on our side, we shouldn't try to look for all the loopholes.
You can try that loophole with the dragons. See how they like it.
I'm not looking for loopholes. I'm looking for this dude to give in and do it so we can be done.
He takes a very deep sigh. So now we have to apologize for defending our lands, taking loot like you guys do, for having defended Sith land from an invasion of the Silver Dragons. And then offer up everything, showing that dwarves are lesser than every other race here. That pretty much sums it up.
You've made it. You've bastardized almost everything I've said, but yes.
I see.
Look,
Well,
Did you
you're
guys hear the
far
fireworks?
younger. You don't
when this
know.
meeting was called, who called the Metallic Dragon meeting? The Metallic Dragons, or did the council say we want help?
The Metallic Dragon. They're the ones that said, hey, you guys can send someone. You don't need to. We figured you would have fought for our side. Instead, you gave in to everything they asked.
This is the only thing I've told you they asked for.
I'm sure they asked for more than this.
Oh, they did.
They're dragons.
They did.
They want more than this.
I'll tell you everything if you want.
I'm sure it'll be brought up in the meeting tomorrow.
Oh, they will. They wanted some shares. They wanted Roland's cloak, but then the nice copper dragon gave it back, so that was cool. One of them wants the Dragon Mass Destroys at the end. I don't remember that one's name. Didn't really care. Gold Dragon also wants an apology from the elves.
Well, the elves probably deserve making an apology.
Then why don't you?
Because we were defending our land.
They'll say the same.
Do they? Have you spoken to the elves to know why?
History is written by the victor. So anybody who gets said we want an apology from you is going to say they were doing it for a good reason.
What else did she ask?
Do we want the help of the Metallic Dragons, or do we want to piss them off? Because in reality, that's what we're talking about here. You can pick which side you want to be on. I don't really care, but I'm doing what I was told to do.
I was against getting the help of the dragons in general. Can't be trusted. But 2 versus 8, we got outvoted.
Let me guess, the other one was the elf.
Of course.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
It was the one time we agreed on anything. Well, we'll figure out. Rather, I will think on this tonight and come to the meeting tomorrow. I'll know if I'm going to apologize for.
And I'll put one last thing on the table. If you do make the apology and then you come in need of my services for something that isn't dealing with Tiamat, you have me.
Ooh, that's actually really nice to offer.
We'll see how trustworthy the word of a dragon is. But that'll be filed away.
I put my claw out to shake his hand.
We'll see tomorrow. And he turns around.
I politely place my mug back on the table, climb back in my meat suit, and I walk out.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw because you've been drinking, sir.
Oh, my con is terrible.
I did not take the tea.
Oh, actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
I'm going to assume that Roland declined the Dwarven Ale.
Is it a save?
Yeah.
I'll give myself advantage.
Okay.
Fuck me.
Wait, Chris, don't you have the green mask?
Not on.
Damn. Well, put it on, and then just don't fail the save.
Or be immune to poison.
Yeah, either one. Just put the mask on and walk away.
You are sloshed. That dwarven ale kicked your butt.
Roland, carry me home.
You barely kept yourself together during that whole conversation. Like, you had to think very hard every time you had to respond.
To think that Mac tried a couple sips because I'm used to sharing things with him, and Mac is also drunk and just cursing loudly.
I think Mac took some sips and died.
Mac is hanging upside down on you?
I'm in love with this image.
Thinking he is right side up. But yeah, you guys go. Anything else you want to do at night? While this is, during this time.
What are we doing the whole council thing now, even though Alex isn't here?
No, we can stop here.
Okay.
And we'll start with the council meeting, which won't be a long part. Basically, I'm not gonna say the apologies. You're gonna get the apologies.
I was gonna say, I thought I made a pretty good argument.
You did.
What about me? I don't know if that was good or not.
At first, he didn't think it was a good apology. Like, you're gonna figure this. You'll glean this from the meeting. But
Okay.
he eventually realized that maybe it won't be as bad as he's saying.
Yeah, because
That maybe,
the majority thinks it's a fairy tale anyway. It's like the
you also
president coming out and saying, "Sorry, I ran over Santa Claus last year." Like, all right.
But you can also understand
All right, drunk.
you can also understand where they're coming from, where it's like, yeah, if we agree to this, all our trade negotiations and stuff all of a sudden become, yeah, because he did that sort of thing. We want better deals. And
Yeah, but it happened so long ago that who gives a shit other than specifically the dragons?
It's specifically the one kind of creature that would be old enough to remember.
Yeah, like elves have the shit end of the stick because they're just also that old.
I don't know. The dragons could be like, hey, we want part of your land to be our designated safe zones. And when the elves go, no, we don't think that's good. And he'd be like, yeah, remember what you did to us?
Yeah, but that's not part of the deal we're making, so I don't care about that part.
I mean, it is part of the deal you're making.
Also, apology settles it, and you can shame the gold dragon right back for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that would fall properly if you were to shame the gold dragon. But anyways,
Gold Dragon, you're so hurt that you asked a mortal for help. Wow. You asked a mortal to say I'm sorry. Wow. You're not better than that. Wow.
I'm just glad that Braun Anvil didn't keep going in with the lesser comments, or else I would have murdered a council member.
Roland wouldn't have let you.
Yeah, he would have made you roll a 1 and stab yourself in the knee.
I can make myself also roll different things.
You can give yourself disadvantage, you're right.
Hey, stop it. Get some help.
But if we are ending there, I am gonna have to peace out.
Small one. I'm just gonna check one thing real quick.
Yep.
To see if this meeting will get you guys to look up. I don't think it will, but I just want to make sure.
Okay.
I
also didn't buy anything in between.
I definitely feel like it shouldn't.
I'm gonna say we didn't have
Yeah.
any combat, so
Yeah, but if you only reward combat with experience, then why is everything not just murder?
Yeah. You have to do a council meeting, kill everybody. Now there's no meeting, now there's no fallout. It's my way. I'm level 20,
uh,
fuck you.
this is actually Fallout 3, and this is Nuketown.
Yeah.
I didn't like Fallout 3.
It was alright. Made more sense
I,
than Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is great for like an
It
hour,
plays well.
and then like once you get to the part of the story where like the factions are in part of it, and then I get so
Yeah.
bored. I
Like,
honestly gave up on the story and started building a castle.
I love the Institute. We're the bad guys because you're not smart enough to understand why. Alright, leave that up to like the person playing the game to figure out if they understand it or not. Don't just assume the player is too dumb to like understand why they're bad guys.
The the Nuketown DLC was fun. Not Nuketown, the Nuka-Cola one.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And Far Harbor. That was
Okay.
the DLCs are better than the game.
You do not level up. I just wanted to make sure.
But all kobolds get a really cool feat called Insta-Kill, where when they hit something with a staff, it auto-dies. That's the reward for this session.
Um,
You get
Yeah.
a staff of bonking.
so
Bonk staff.
you're basically gonna the dragon what words? Let me think my words before I say them. Otar informs you that the dragons are going to be patrolling a 100-mile radius around the area they are defending. That any raiders attempting to get into those lands will be stopped. So the 5 areas they have gone to are protected. Yeah, we'll start with the regular council meeting, which won't take long, and then we'll move on to the next part.
Cool. Sounds good.
You guys
All
did well with the Council of Dragons.
Yay! Mostly because I wasn't there to screw it up.
Well, I think you would have.
You have a lot of faith in me, Mike.
I don't think you would have been able to derail it as much as you think you would have.
Okay.
Surprise, motherfucker.